Some of the best things in life are right before your very eyes. Some are pretty obvious and others, well, too small to see. But once they are discovered, they're yours to enjoy and treasure for a lifetime. And ever since the late 1950s, people of all ages have been able to experience life on a much smaller scale, thanks to a permanent exhibit that has carved out a fascinating niche of its very own inside the comfortable confines of the Mariners Museum in beautiful Mariners Museum Park.
This exhibit is called the Miniature Ships of August and Winifred Crabtree, and it's a way for the museum to really promote and show the work and the art of August Crabtree, who was really one of America's renowned ship modelers and artists. The Crabtree collection is really one of the jewels of the Mariners Museum, and it's interesting. I can talk to people who were here 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, even 20 years ago. And the first thing that comes to mind is basically the ship models of August Crabtree. Everybody remembers these models. They're such beautiful models. They really sort of show the evolution from sail to steam. And it really just shows really one man's art and dedication to ship model building. People are just wowed by the detail, the dedication that Crabtree had for these ship models and for his art as a model ship maker. August Crabtree, great-great-grandfather, was a Scottish shipbuilder on the River Clyde. Crabtree sort of already had shipbuilding in his blood, although he went from shipbuilding to model building. And he was in Portland, Oregon, became sort of amazed at this exhibition of ship models and decided to dedicate his life and his time and his art to making these wonderful, wonderful ship models. He became very enamored with the whole art of shipbuilding and became a ship modeler even for some of the Hollywood movies in the 40s and 50s. Some of the movies about these pirates, you see these ships on the ocean and they're actually Crabtree's models sort of floating out into a pool of water. But Crabtree was just fell in love with these, and he would do extensive research for the time, trying to figure out, well, how were these ships made, how were they built, and try to really duplicate that with these models that are here. And they're really a national treasure. There's no other place you can go besides the Mariners Museum to see such beautiful models, to see the craftsmanship, the time that Crabtree dedicated to these models. And I mean, they're just a wonderful thing to have here at the Mariners Museum.
Just from the immediate first viewing, and when they see it the first time, if one of the docents isn't here to doing an interpretive tours, I like to call it, with a historical background, they walk in here on their own. They are always amazed. It's like going to a jewelry shop where they, to display the finest jewelry. So this exhibit here illustrates the internationality of the museum's entire exhibit. This exhibit presents the evolution of water transport from the raft to steam power.
Well, it is amazing to see that detail, and the gallery is just such a beautiful gallery to walk into, just the way that we set up the lighting. And we have the models in the individual cases, and the models are just lit beautifully with all these lights. And there are some magnifying glasses in the cases that you can go in and see the detail. But the detail is really overwhelming and astounding when you really begin to go in there and see even the miniatures on the ship. This would take him months and months just to do one miniature. So it really does show one man's love for his art and one man's love for his craft, and really an artist, and the beauty of art in front of you as you see it when you walk into the gallery. And Crabtree really raised the bar for model makers worldwide, and I don't think any model maker has yet surpassed the beauty and the detail of these models.
Well, that's about all the time we have for you this month. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Newport News in Review, as we spend some time in the great outdoors with the Forest Resources branch of the Natural Resources Division of Newport News Waterworks. And as always, on behalf of everyone here at Newport News TV, whether you're watching us on TV or online, at nngov.com, Facebook, or YouTube, thanks for watching, and we'll see you here real soon for the September edition of Newport News in Review, right here on Newport News Television.
For more information on Newport News in Review, contact Aaron Pritchett at apritchett@nngov.com.